Good morning, good morning, good morning. How was y'all's evening? Mine was morbid. Spent the night looking up, because I was so confused about, because we were talking about the damn plague, so it made me think about it. So I was looking it up, because I was pretty sure the Black Death was different than the plague, than the bubonic plague, and it is. It is, but it isn't. It's very weird. Anyway, it's an interesting, if you wanted to get into that kind of stuff, it's interesting to see how those waves went and what differed between the disease and pretty much just the whole thing. I thought was fascinating. Aquarius, a lot going on with Aquarius right now. What did they say, Saturn or whatever transitioned into Aquarius? Or Pluto. I think it was Pluto. It's one of the slow ones. We got the meteor shower going on with the full moon this weekend. A little bit of chaos here. A little bit of chaos. Lies, deceptions, illusions. Definitely going to be some strong messages with this moon. Very strong messages with it. Yes, the tail of Halley's Comet. The southern hemisphere gets to see the comet, but the northern hemisphere, which I thought they said it was every 76 years. But then they said it was in 1986, and then it won't be back again until 2060. So it didn't make any sense to me. Unless it was just the very edge of the tail. We didn't actually see the comet. We might get the tail every year. That happens. It's a pretty big debris trail. If you think of something that's been leaving a trail, just a giant chemtrail of asteroids. Or meteors, I should say. It's important. An important distinction there. We got flight, intuition, waves, harvest. The masculine here, the sun and the moon. What cannot be hidden for long? The sun, the moon, and the truth. Definitely. It's a flight and an intuition. Something's causing some waves. Something. See, when we talk about seeds of intention, you'd be surprised when you set your intentions. Like, as soon as your imagination became active as a child, your timelines started being set. The only thing that you've changed over the years is how quickly you're manifesting stuff. So, like, you could be still I mean, and I use this description all the time. When I was little, I, accidentally made a vision board, right? Made a little vision board, and I had, like I said, I had the 2 kids and the little house and all that other nonsense in this little cubby hole, right? It just still blows my mind. It really does when I think about that vision board. I should make another one. There's a guy in The Secret that talks about making the vision board. But like I said, those intentions have been set for so long. And they've been set by this person here. I don't think somebody understands how powerful they actually are. But that's usually how it goes. Right? It's the fine balance of, like, owning your gifts with not presenting as totally batshit crazy. Right? It's amazing how they kind of go hand in hand. And they can drive you crazy for sure. And I also find that the most gifted people tend to be the ones that have scared themselves with their gifts the most. Like, I don't know who in their right mind thinks that mediumship is easy. I mean, you're literally admitting to hearing, feeling, and sensing energy that other people can't see. It is, and unless you can get away with making yourself famous for it, like the Long Island Medium, yeah, most people, it'll drive you crazy. I think of that poor kid in The Sixth Sense. Ooh, glimmering. I was reading up on this card the other day. What did I do with the book? These I'm reading for right now because I only have this deck for a couple of days, so I want to make sure that I read. Also, this is how I learned all my cards. Essentially, you just keep using the book until... When I read for friends, I'll still use the book because I feel like it's easier for me to read the definitions to things to people than actually talk to somebody. That's why, like, a lot of people are like, weird, like, I don't like reading for my friends. Why? Because I know too much about your situation. I have too much of my own biased opinions about it because I'm your friend. When I read from the book, you can make your own assumptions about the cards, right? Yeah, one of the most sparkling cards in the whole deck, the Glimmering, is the magic of the northern lights manifesting into your life. It's a card of hope, anticipation, and joyfulness. It might indicate that auditions, interviews, presentations, promotions, graduations are on the cards. I do have a graduation coming up here in a couple of weeks. It represents an opportunity for you to show what you are made of and demonstrate what you can do. You have a unique set of talents, skills, and abilities that you can draw upon to spread light in the world. We can all do little things to make the world a kinder, happier place, but we each play a part in fighting poverty, war, ignorance, bigotry, animal neglect, and so on. When the Glimmering card shows up in your reading, it suggests that you find ways to share your own unique light in the world. What you can do today would ease the burden. What can you do today that would ease the burden of another? What kind of kindness can you offer society or the animal kingdom? How can you lessen the impact of poverty in your local area? Could you donate food at a food bank or an animal shelter? Could you donate or raise money for a charity that is close to your heart? Oh. I kind of like that, right? It very much does look like a drawing down of the moon there. I always say there's a sacrifice too. Like, people don't understand that part. Like, that's a very, very important part of magic for me when dealing with magic. It's like, what are you sacrificing? What are you giving in return? Like, a lot of people just ask for stuff and they're not prepared to do anything for it. Like, but it's the same thing, I guess, across all religions. It's always just like, like that, the drunk that says, God, if you get me out of this, I'll never drink again. But then as soon as it gets out of that situation, they go right back to drinking. Or God, what I'm saying, I'll quit smoking cigarettes if you just help me get through, Ooh, is this me? I don't like reading that deck. It's not, I don't know, it's something about the way the author did it, and it doesn't read smooth. Right, and clearly you guys have seen me read enough to know that I already have enough issues with my dyslexia. So if it doesn't come out smoothly, and this is from someone I love to read, right, like, and I don't even mind reading shit like Shakespearean. So when you're weird about how you're writing and it's not flowing in any type of pattern or rhythm, I don't like that. Besides that, it's a beautifully done deck. I love the symbolism in it. Someone's definitely going through a shape-shifting, and there's definitely going to be a tsunami wake-up call. And there's a question. A lot of people are struggling and are suffering because I'm trying to remember exactly how it was said so that it sounds right when I say it, because I have a problem of messing that up sometimes. A lot of people are suffering, and remember, the source of suffering is attachment, is because you're trying to be, and now I know we always say work with your shadow work and lean on who you were before the world got its hands on you, but sometimes we get so attached on who we used to be that's the reason you can't move forward, right? That's the reason you're suffering, is you're still mourning who you used to be. You can't go back to who you used to be before all this happened. The object is to keep growing, you know. You know, every time a forest is burnt down and regrows, it's never the same forest. You know, all the trails that were there are gone. Though it is an opportunity to set your own trails. Boy, these cards are stiff. See how so many ladies do it this way. Shuffle. Last night, everything said, but we said it all. And we started with somebody you never met. Definitely picking up major masculine energy. You got the Knight of Wands, the Emperor, and the King of Swords up here. He's carrying the energy of the 7 here. Illusions, delusions, lies, deceptions, reaping what one sows. What am I missing? Illusions and delusions, the 7 of Cups. Lies and deceptions is 7 of Swords. Reaping what one sows is Pentacles. Oh, 7 of Staves. Someone having to defend their beliefs. Oh man, see, now I was going to flip them all over, but one card came out upright. Get the energy that someone got scared, right? There's some dual aspects here. Somebody got afraid, right? I got 9 of Cups, but it was on the razor's edge. On a razor's edge there. Sweeney Todd's been popping up a lot lately. I've never even seen that movie. For some reason, I got this person was focused on death. They were scared to death of this person, or something about death with this person. Like I said, maybe somebody had gifts, maybe somebody, you know, I don't know. Got a close shave. I just really get the energy that that's what it was. It was like a 9 of Cups on a razor's edge, focusing on that to death. Just pretty much to death. Just focusing on that to death. Like, it's just 10 of Swords anxiety, right? It's like this angel on the one side, but the first card that comes up is like this scary type of energy. I get that energy. Have you ever, yeah, I got the Devil card, right? There's the next card here too, right? I just get this energy of like focusing on red flags. It's like what this person was just like so ready for a red flag, right? That it's like you manifested it. It was just like what that person was never going to be able to do anything good enough, right? It didn't matter how long you knew them for or anything else like that. As soon as it came down to getting yourself entangled with energies, it's like they immediately start looking for red flags to get that person out of their life. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy of abandonment, right? That's how the anxiety works. works one of two ways. You either focus so much on everybody else's red flags that you push them away, which is really just a projection because you're full of red flags, right? Or you just act an ass until, like, you embody all the red flags until the person pushes you away, right? That's the energy that I'm getting. That's the focus that I'm getting. Because everybody was focused on waiting for the red flag, the other shoe to fall, something like that, right? Something to happen. I think somebody's recognizing this, right? 'Cause these are all reversed. Somebody's recognizing this. Somebody's realizing how they manifested this onto themselves, how they spoke, that drove their narrative, right? And how they were manifesting their life like this, right? And what helped them change their perspective? I like how the princess was in the water there, and then there we go. I like that. The hope, the renewal. Doesn't that look like a comet, right? With the trails coming off it, stretching across the sky. There's a lot of energy coming with this meteor shower and this full moon. Just crazy, right? So we got the Nine of Wands, right? This person definitely acted out of character. Why? Because they had larger game plans, right? This is someone who thinks ahead. They could, what do I call it? Like, it's kind of like when your brain, it's kind of like part of being ADHD. It's like your brain is always like a couple of steps ahead of you. Like, that's the problem that I kind of have with reading sometimes when I'm trying to read out loud, is my eyes, when I'm not reading out loud, I speed read. So when I have to read out loud, I have to slow that down. So my eyes will jump words and be farther ahead of me faster than I can speak them. And I get this person kind of had the same problem with life. Like, they were thinking it out so much, trying to be 3 steps ahead of everything, right? Right, 8 of Coins. This person was working on a lot, dealing with a lot. King of Swords, right? They had a lot going on. A lot that they were paying attention to. Page of Cups, the Sun, 8 of Swords. Page of Wands. This person does have a lot of problems with communication. There's something about their communication skills. They can come off as immature, fiery, right? I got with this Page of Cups over the Knight of Wands. I get when this person's overthinking, they try to come off as that masculine, more this is Mr. Lover Lovely. I don't know why that song always pops in my head, but you know, they try to come off as more smooth. They try to come off as cool. They try to come off as this energy, right? Right, that's when they start communicating, because that's coming from the 8 of Swords, right? That's after that. But then when they're really passionate about something, they come off as more of the Page of Cups, right? And I'm just getting the energy that that's kind of they have a hard time, yeah, bringing things out into the sun. Wheel of Fortune right on top of that, yeah. That's a lot of pressure on them. 6 of Swords. This is something that they've had to get over in their lifetime, and there's our Star card. I like this deck. I can show it. Everything's covered. Someone has the rite of passage, trying to come in. 3 of Coins. They want to be a team player, right? Ace of Cups. There's a lot of love in this situation. Look, those doves there. 4 of Coins. There's some sort of foundation that's been here before. Look what's on the cards. Y'all see? See the runes? do not have the runes memorized off the top of my head. Not those ones anyway. There's 27 of them. I recognize the bottom one. I do believe it means fertility, and I believe that one, I'm not 100% sure. Let it go. I want to say fire. Alright, so we got the Fool, the Nine of Wands, the Two of Coins, the Queen of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. I like him, right? He's not standing off the edge of the cliff. He's like kind of like that pioneering type of energy going on here in this card, right? Getting ready to go on an adventure, for sure, with the Eight of Wands here. They want to bring balance to a situation, right? They definitely, like I said, they want to come a little bit more. Get the Page of Swords with the Queen of Swords, right? She could suffer for some communication issues herself, right? With the Page of Swords right behind her. In the other decks, that would be the Princess of Swords. There's definitely been some miscommunication. Four of Cups, Ace of Wands. Miscommunication probably while drinking or something like that, right? Seven of Coins, someone's had to reap what they sow. There's definitely something about that give and take, right? Someone doesn't communicate. Someone doesn't communicate. Could be something about a letter here. That was something that happened when I was younger. I don't know. I would always get into it with my dad, and like my mom got me into, like, she's like, you know, if you can't say it, write it down. You know, you could write it in a letter instead. So we all got into the habit of doing that. If we couldn't speak about something, or if it was too uncomfortable to talk about something, we would just write it in letters to each other, in notes. Weird, right? I don't know. Is your family as messed up as mine? I get that somebody's waiting for an opportunity to speak, to send a message, right? This is very burdensome from them, right? This is like, it's so weird with all these pages too. I get this popsicle stick thing that you can build. We built it with Boy Scouts, right? And it's a certain way that you weave popsicle sticks on the ground, and then when you let them go, they like explode and pop off across the floor. 2244. And I feel like that's what this kind of is, right? Someone's, that 2 and that 3, it's a buildup of this energy, but it's like, it's once that one popsicle stick pops, it's going to be a lot. There's a lot of conflicts going on right now caused by a Queen of Coins, right? So there's definitely someone who's very materialistic and could be very narcissistic, right? This person. Yeah, I'm not getting a great energy out this Queen of Coins. This is someone who's giving off kind of a malevolent energy. Yeah, I get like this person, this energy started off as something that was good, like it was a good celebration. It was a great coming together. Interesting that there's 2 heads on the bottom of this deck, right? There's something that really killed this situation, right? Caused a lot of anguish, a lot of tears here, right? King of Cups, Page of Cups. This wounded this person deeply, right? This didn't just wound them. It wounded their shadow. It wounded their subconscious, right? It wounded everything for them. It was a deep, deep impact. Someone's definitely starting out on a journey here, right? We got the Eight of Wands, Two of Swords. They're making a decision, right? I get that they're deciding to come back to find inner balance, right? To find inner balance and accept some truths, right? You know, it's hard when we're seriously wounded by somebody because, like, you could know somebody for, I mean, a long time. And then when it comes down to it, it's just, when it hits you, it's so hard for empaths. When it hits you that somebody could just be materialistic, like they could literally, their whole lives are, I said, really ingrained in the matrix, just numbers and dots, everything is measured in how much it costs, right? How much is in a bank account, how much is being spent here, there, that, and the other thing. Like, their whole value in life is nothing but coding numbers to calculate their own value. I also got that overindulging energy here. Someone's getting in control of some sort of old, devil, Six of Wands. They're getting a victory over it. Six of Wands, Eight of Cups. Yeah. Can't make it up. Victory over the devil. I got Eight of Cups, moving on from the drama. Nine of Coins, this is their focus. Their focus is on the world. Ten of Cups. Yeah. Their focus is on breaking out of this cycle. Like I said, 21, I go with the numerology of it. But my energy for that is, it's like you've come around this cycle at 10. You came around this cycle at 20, right? 21 is an opportunity to break into a new cycle, right? You got 21, and then 22 is the last card of the deck. No, I don't know which ones they are off the top of my head. Just not like that. But, I do know, if you look it up, that's how it works. I had a whole script one time. Anyway. 22 is the end of the major arcana. Then it reverts back to 1. Right? Beginnings. So, yeah. Opportunity to break into a whole new cycle. Right? To start again. And that's what we try to explain to people. The awakening process is never over. It's never over. What happens when you run out of cards? Shuffle and we start again. Knight of Swords, Hangman, Queen of Wands, King of Coins, and the Hierophant. I guess somebody's getting ready to cut themselves loose. This person could be pretty controlling. This person could be a little bit more materialistic themselves, right? And then you've got this Queen of Wands. She gives off a very fiery energy. And there's definitely this energy of a bit of wanting more traditional, right? I don't want to say controlling. The Queen of Wands can be very fiery, but this person wants to come, whatever they want to say. Yeah, it's all about being a good example, right? We had all those pages in the beginning before too, but I hate to bring up kids every time because not everybody has kids, right? I try to leave them out of the tarot stuff, right? But there's an energy of definitely paying attention to who's watching them. Seven of Cups. Someone's getting control over, realistic. They're getting realistic. They're getting control over these illusions and delusions, right? Get that grabbing the tiger by the tail, right? In this case, it's like something's got something in his mouth and just making it spit it out, right? It could be that Queen of Pentacles could be taking too much here. Someone's really focused on their own wish fulfillment at this point, and the reason I brought up that Queen of Pentacles is like I got this Five of Wands. There's someone definitely around this person who actively tries to sabotage them. What are they trying to sabotage? Yeah. What are they don't, oh man. They want to sabotage this. Right? That's both of my... That doesn't say, like, soulmate, twin flame, ultimate. Like, this is the strongest soul connection card, and then this is the lover's card here, right on top of it. This is a major soul contract going on, right? Someone definitely wants to come in and communicate about that. There's a page again. This magician is manifesting a tower. This magician is manifesting a tower. Ooh. Right? This tower is going to bring out everybody's secrets. Someone's bringing up a lot of stuff from the past, energy from the past here. They're working towards the 10 of coins. This person is really passionate about it. Look at that King of Wands, right? I got this King of Wands is in a hermit energy, which is not usual for the King of Wands. He's just focused on making bank right now, right? He's not focused on anything else but building up whatever he's working on building up. Ace of Coins. What did I say? Judgment. The Empress. Three of Swords. The way the Empress is facing this Three of Swords energy, it's kind I get that this Empress, that she's the one who made these judgments about what was going on. She spoke some hard truths, right? I like how the Three of Swords in this deck has a spider hook to it, right? This Empress came in. She has the Ace of Pentacles energy here, that peacock energy, which is all about royalty, right? And she straight up just casted some judgments. And I feel like, yeah, I feel like she might have, there's a 20, right? She casted some judgments for sure, right? And whatever it was she said, it had a lot to do with third-party situations. It was just how... Oh my goodness, my nose just got itchy for no reason. I forget what that means. But, yeah, about how this person's life was intertwined with all these things. It's like, yeah, she defended herself in her own morals, if that's in that case, right? She's like, oh, yeah. You know not what you fuck with. You know not with what you fuck with, right? I like that. She's 2, so that's the High Priestess there. 5 of Coins. Yeah. What was the energy? I'd rather be alone than be in that bullshit. Queen of Cups. Yeah, she got fiery as hell. And got out of Dodge. 4 of Wands. No, full commitment or nothing. That's how she rolls. That's how the Queen of Cups rolls. And the Empress and the High Priestess, right? Justice is coming. Chariot card here. Someone is being drawn. The scales are about to balance out here. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of anxiety. There's definitely, there we go. There's this tsunami wake-up call that's coming. Something that's going to shift and change a lot. The universe is really presenting itself right now. Who are you? Who are you? Is this you? Right. I like this card. It's like everybody thought they had brought her to her knees until she said, so mote it be. It's that energy. It's like, so they realized they were praying and they got back up, right? Definitely get that calling down the moon energy. A lot going on this weekend. We'll get more on it when we get to this weekend. Anyway, for now, I'm going to let this go. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I love y'all. I'm back as soon as I can. I promise.